Band is the #1 free group communication app that makes sports team management easy. Band provides notifications, calendar, red receipts, chat messaging, photos and videos, file sharing, and more. We'll show you how to use Band to safely and successfully oversee your athletic programs. First, create all your Band groups and invite your coaches as co-admins. This way, you can oversee all communications within your programs. Supervise teams by checking in regularly and sharing quick updates while coaches run their teams autonomously. Coaches can post updates, check red receipts, calendar all practice and game schedules, share photos, videos, and files all in one place. In each Band group, the community board will be the main hub of all your communications. Share daily posts, pin important posts to the top, and schedule messages in advance to make sure everyone is well informed. Stay on top of schedules with the calendar feature. View event details, easily make updates, and notify everyone instantly. With Band, communication is safe and secure. Prevent coaches and athletes from sharing personal phone numbers and keep communication within the app. As the admin, you have control over your team's chats. By navigating the Band settings, customize who can create chat rooms and be able to save chat history. You'll have a paper trail of all conversations. Coaches can hold their teams accountable by checking red receipts to ensure everyone stays up to date and there are no excuses. We also provide demos and onboarding support. Visit our website to contact us.
I've always believed as a coach that the only way for my team to play fast is if they know all the information by heart. By us having Band, we're able to communicate those expectations and getting them the information they need to be successful. And Band helps us a ton with that because we're getting clear communication with them. When I became the athletic director, I quickly found out that some of my coaches were using all different kinds of apps and they weren't communicating effectively.
Like a lot of times we had parent meetings, we provided paper documents. You rely on sometimes parents not coming or the kids bringing them home.
Prior to using Band, we used a lot of email communication. Not everyone checks their emails as frequently as they would, say, a text message or an app notification. And so sometimes if you would ask a question, what time is practice today, you wouldn't get a response until 3-4 hours and practice was already ended by then.
And so what we did a few years ago is we streamlined everything and required every coach to have Band. And by doing that, all the communication is going through one source.
I really wish I had Band in my early years. This made life so much easier because I had giant group emails that went out, once or twice a week. I had 35 parents in a text message. I can't do that.
Like since we limited our personal cell phone numbers or emails, it has really cut down on a lot of messaging. If one parent has a question about what's going on in the week, I'm sure 10 others do as well, so now I can post it to the whole group.
Communication has definitely improved since we started using Band because sometimes people hesitate on asking a question, but now people are commenting, the conversation's getting started. Also with getting volunteers, with Band, you make a post and you ask, I really need a volunteer. Once you see other people responding, commenting, I think it helps you want to also be involved because your name is out there.
Some of the big features that band has, according to CIF, we have to take roll at every practice so we know who's present at that. And I get a notification, here's who's at practice today, who's not at practice today. It's made it really, really easy for me as an athletic director because in about 30 seconds, see every conversation that's going on with coaches and the parents.
We share files, so in the parents' band, they have the files for any paperwork they might need, our whole game calendar.
Each coach can go in there and schedule out their practices, let the parents know what's coming up. We can schedule a year in advance so if we know that parents can plan ahead.
The great thing is we've had parents go on the sideline and take pictures and now they're sharing it on band for all the parents together.
I've created a to-do list, created a sign-up sheet for our tournaments. I thought it was cool that I could add how many parents I needed to bring ice chests, tables, and things like that.
So I have some coaches that they only have players in the band, and then some of our parents have started their own bands.
I started my own band because I loved it so much. I made one for our boosters club to cut down on text messages. I decided to move to band to streamline all of our files, photos, everything is in one place.
I think it just helped our communication, whether it's with parents or with players, a lot easier and more streamlined.
If we're really wanting to build this culture, and I have to be part of the driving force where kids feel encouraged and loved and challenged at the same time.
I get to provide something that I didn't have growing up, and that's something one to look up to, leadership, and figure that hopefully will always steer them in the right direction.
Teach them the accountability and the responsibility and what it feels like to be part of something that turns out to be amazing in the end.
We've been able to put band to great use in our school because we're all on it together and we all have the same mission. Wins and losses come, but the growth from a sport is an incredible deal.
In previous years, it was texting and emails.
I'm posting things on Google Classroom. I'm emailing individual wrestlers. It was just getting too intense for me. And it was honestly, I was like near the end, I was like, I need to step down from coaching. It was just too much.
It's extremely frustrating to need to send that many emails. And I was never sure who saw the information and if it actually was received.
A lot of times the information that I give a kid at 5:30 at the end of practice does not make it home to their parents at 6 o'clock.
Send one message out and everybody be like, okay, we're good, I'm done. I send a message, we're good. So what band has is everything. You have everyone communicating.
Band app's really a one-stop shop. So once they get on the band app and our team, they know that everything that we do is going to be communicated through the band app, and it's a much more freeing experience for them.
Band really allowed me to be organized. It allows for player and parent accountability. It builds a sense of community, and it's safe all within the app platform. There's a very easy learning curve. It doesn't take too much to figure out how to use the app, how to post yourself, how to add to the calendar.
The calendar's huge. I put the location in there, I put the times, I put any other information. I throw reminders in there 2 days before. They have the location of where it is.
absolutely love the calendar. So those days that I get really motivated, I'm like, let me punch everything into the calendar feature and say, we got games these days we'll have practice, and these fundraisers are coming up. And it makes things so much more functional for me.
Boom. You know who's happy? Everyone. You too, because you're not getting 100 questions of when I'm up, or parents asking any of those questions. Everything's there. You can't beat it.
Oftentimes, we will have a parent ask a question on the Band app, and another parent will answer that question based on information they have seen on the Band app. And that kind of helps bring them in to understand that, yes, this is the place where you will get all of your information.
There's no more unread emails, no more ignored text messages, no late night calls. It's all done via the Band app.
As a coach, if we're not looking to improve, we're staying the same, and there's always somebody else that's going to be working to improve. So I can appreciate that about the Band app, is that they're always looking for improvement, and they want to hear what we, the people that use it daily, multiple times a day, have to say about it.
I'm at South Aiken Baptist in South Carolina. We use Band for all of our communication, for our sports programs, heavily involved with communication between me and my coaches, my parents, and my athletes. Nobody's confused about what's going on because it's all on the app.
I'm Michael Wigginton, the athletic director at Churchman High School in Boston, Virginia. I use Band for all of my teams' communication needs. I have 26 teams. It allows me as an AD to watch what my teams are talking about, what my coaches are sending out to my teams, and it allows me to see who's reading my messages when I send it out to my teams as well. So I really appreciate Band. It allows one-stop shop for all my teams to communicate.
I'm Marion House. I'm from Dixon, Missouri, and we use Band for all of our athletics, all of our clubs, all of our youth sports. It's like school-wide. If you have a club, everybody has to be on Band. Oh, this is just an example. I have a ton, and I have probably a lot of fun. I like it because whenever you have a coach that is more than one sport, it's consistent. And there's consistency across for all of the parents as well, because they already know what the Band app is and they know how to use it. And so it helps with our parents and also helps with our coaches.
I'm Serena from Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. I use it for all my teams. I wanted one communication. So when a parent is new to athletics at my school, the word can be out like, oh, well, you can get all communications through the Band. Just look through, and so that it becomes known that all the athletic groups are using it. And that way it just becomes a staple to the department. That everybody coming in will just like, oh, okay, you can get all your information here. It stays consistent, because when people leave the program and come back, or new people come in, I can say, here's your Band app. Here's all your team. They're already in there. It's all ready for them to go. And I'm not worried about them communicating with students in a different manner. I like the fact that it had the calendar feature, they upload the documents. Adding the polls was just an added feature that I didn't even think of when I jumped on. Just the ease of it, it worked for me.
So right now we're starting to use the Band app to do our parent communication and student communication. It just helps with that, getting the messages out with the weather, with whatever comes up in a day, being able to communicate out with changes that happen. Just a one-stop shop for communication.
Chris Golem, athletic director at Edison. So my daughter's cheerleading program, it's a private program, competitive. They utilize the Band app for each of their teams, and there's like 40 different teams.
How do you like it as a parent?
Oh, it's great. We get notifications whenever a message or a picture or something's posted, the schedule gets posted on there in advance, so it's very useful. And until you asked me that, I don't know why, but it never registered for me to have my coaches utilize this app as well. But I think I would bring back and maybe have these conversations with them so that they can keep their parents and athletes more involved.
Good morning, juniors. We have a tie. So please check Band for the pictures of the 2 t-shirt designs that you would like to vote for.
Band has basically become our main platform for communication. Our leaders are empowered to use the app to communicate upcoming events and ideas.
It allows me to send out club-wide or activity-wide updates and meeting dates and agendas so that everyone is well informed before we get to the meetings.
The Band app allows me to be able to communicate quickly and effectively in one single place.
Whether I'm working on my tablet in my office or on my phone, that I have a menu of all the clubs or the organizations that I'm a part of. It's all right there, I can go right to it.
As an officer in many clubs, that has helped me just click out and click back into different groups so I can post reminders to those specific people I need to reach out to.
It also gives us an opportunity as a club, because it's a band just for that club. We can communicate more openly about what's happening.
We've really started to use the calendar feature. We can set reminders, and it's kept everybody organized to know who's supposed to be at what event and when those events are.
I really like the file feature because it compiles all of the documents that were posted onto one area so you can go back and find that.
I love the schedule feature, to where I can create all sorts of different postings and then give it the time that I want it to go up. With the program that we had before, I couldn't do that. I couldn't pre-post. I had to wait every day.
The chat feature is nice too. Such a great way to connect directly with students.
It's instant contact with them. Students are able to communicate with one another and relay quick information. It's opened up the lines to more communication through the group.
I think that having band has brought more members into our club.
To get people to join the different bands, we had the student activities fair in the cafeteria.
So we actually posted all the QR codes around the cafeteria and had like a member of the club stand next to it to give people a little more guidance on what the club is about.
We got kids in right away those days, and then the leaders took over.
And I think that having the QR codes made it very accessible for people and brought in a lot more members.
What I have appreciated is the fact that all of our different bands are private and only those people can see what we're posting.
Our students have a platform that they can use to communicate what's important to them, but they also can know, and we can know, that it's only going to go out to people within our learning community.
It's not out there full to the public.
So what the plan is kind of to do is to kind of do a MSU St. Vincent de Paul conference.
So in those club groups, we want the students to be doing the work because we want them to be learning the leadership skills and the ways that they can actually use band as a tool to promote student involvement and personal leadership skills.
We do really go out of our way to empower our students, and we think this is one really great way to do it.
I want them to be in charge of their clubs and activities. So to allow them to have the ability to post, it gives them that leadership that I'm looking for them to have.
Band is helping students learn to lead.
My name is David Marshall, and I've been the band director of the Somerset Berkeley Regional High School for the past 12 years.
My name is Denise Trier. I've been coaching for about 12 years.
My name is Rachel Adams, and I'm the principal here at Grandview Elementary School. I need a communication app that's going to help me communicate effectively and efficiently, and the band app does that.
The reason that I continue to use the band app for all of our music organizations is because I want to have one place where all of our communication lies.
There's the attendance feature, the sign-up feature, the calendar feature. All of those just really help increase the level of the effectiveness of communication here at the school.
With the read capability on band, I can see who maybe didn't have an opportunity to read the message, so then I can make sure that I follow up with them.
The biggest thing for me was if I want to communicate directly to the students or to the students and their parents, I don't need that to be public information that anybody can access. So the privacy of using that, and also the privacy for me not having to give out my personal information, but to still have 24/7 access to students and parents.
We have 8 school buses that transport students to and from school here at Grandview. And we use the band app to let parents know if a bus is running behind, if it's going to be late, or even if it's going to be a different number.
One of the tools that I really enjoy using is being able to share photos and videos. Oftentimes, if a parent can't attend an event, being able to share those right away, it kind of fills in that gap of them not being able to physically be there.
When I get feedback from the students, it's gratitude in that the information comes to them quickly and they understand where to get it.
We're very glad that we chose Band as our new communication app here at Grandview. It's really nice to know that we have a tool to use that we can send communications to our families so that we can go home at the end of the day and know that all of our students are at home and safe and secure.
I love Band because it makes my life as a cheer coach so simple and so easy.
My name is Derek Williams, and I'm the freshman head football coach at Carlsbad High School here in Carlsbad, California. The Band app has improved my communication with parents all across the board, because when parents initially send their kids to high school and they join the freshman football team, they really don't understand how they're going to communicate with the coach. In previous years, it was texting and emails and what have you, a lot of different ways. But now the Band app's really a one-stop shop. So once they get on the Band app and our team, they know that everything that we do is going to be communicated through the Band app, and it's a much more freeing experience for them. Clear communication and setting those expectations is crucial because, as I said before, parents want to be involved. And I think the more you can get the parent group involved, the more they can communicate with you as a coach or as a staff, the more they're going to feel part of the team. And I think the more assistance you will get. It takes a lot to run a football program, and the parents are a large part of that. So I think it's important that we communicate the expectations of the team and timelines, of course, all the schedule stuff. Like with anything, in practice, whatever we do on a consistent basis every day, if we run a certain drill every day, it becomes an expectation.
My name is Rob Zimmerman. I'm the head varsity football coach at DeWitt High School in DeWitt, Michigan. Every year when we have our parents meeting in May, I tell the parents how important they really are to our program. Our best teams, we've always had the best support from parents, and so our working relationship with them is incredibly important. I think it's really a stronger partnership, not only with the parents, but also with the players, and it's really for two big reasons. Number one is just communication. Communication is so incredibly important in everything that you do in today's world, and us having the ability to communicate in the many different ways that we're able to from the Band app has helped us immensely as a program. And I think the second piece is it creates trust. It creates trust between the parents and the players with the coaching staff, because they know that we're going to provide all the information that they need, and it's going to help us to be a better program, and it's going to allow the parents to be more supportive in helping us to become a better program. With Band, everything is right there. So we have all kinds of different features that allow us to communicate in many different ways. And the biggest thing is that it's so fast. I mean, everything that we want to provide, we can get to them in a matter of seconds.